If you're considering moving to San Clemente, well, you came to the right place. On this channel, I discuss all there is to know about living in San Clemente, better known as the Spanish Village by the Sea. My name is Ryan Schramm. I am the broker and owner of Ryan Schramm Real Estate here in San Clemente. I'm a realtor. My goal to this channel is getting you all the information you need to know if you're considering making a move here. So if you are, be sure and subscribe to my channel. So in my new series, I give detailed information on the community, what it's like to live there from a lifestyle standpoint, and I'm also gonna throw up a link to a driving tour where I actually go through the community in my car. I've got several different cameras so you can get a Google Street View on steroids narrated by me, so be sure to check out that link as well. So the first community we're gonna look at today is The Hill. The Hill is centrally located in San Clemente, and if you've been watching my channel at all for any length of time, you probably know it's one of my favorite communities in San Clemente because it has amazing ocean views. Okay, I'm gonna throw some pictures up on the screen here so you can get a feel for the community, and I'm gonna narrate what we're looking at. Check this out. So in this picture that I have up on the screen, you can see the incredible single loaded terrace streets. Now a single loaded street's awesome because you only have homes on one side of the street. So when you come to San Clemente and you look at the hill with me, we're gonna stop in the street, and I'm gonna point out, you see when you come out your front door to get your newspaper, you're not looking across the street at your neighbor. So you get a greater level of privacy. It's easier to park because you're not parking in front of your neighbor's house on the side of the street. And then those single loaded streets also lend to some great views, right? It's kind of like an amphitheater. If you look at this picture, you can see how the homes on the hill just kind of step up. It looks like the Hollywood Bowl or like a football stadium, and really center stage is Catalina Island. And the great views and the great homes in this neighborhood really benefit from amazing west-facing sunsets. Catalina Island, San Clemente Island, it's really absolutely gorgeous. And then as you're looking at this photo here that I have up, you can see the hill was built with single level in mind. Most of the homes, a very large percentage of them, are single level. Of course, there are two-story homes. People have built custom homes, or people have extensively renovated a single level and turned it into a two-story. But for the most part, you can expect to see a lot of single level homes on the hill. So if you're living in the hill community, what kind of lifestyle can you expect? Let's take a look at some of the key selling points to living on the hill. Number one, you have excellent proximity to outdoor activities. So if you are planning to move to San Clemente, being close to the beach and other outdoor activities is probably a priority for you. And although the hill is on the inland side of the 5, it still has great access to those lifestyle features of San Clemente. So just how close to the beach are you? Depending where you live on the hill, you're probably gonna be right around 2 miles from San Clemente Pier. You could walk there, but you would definitely be hoofing it. So it's an easier e-bike or golf cart ride, which is a great way to get around town. Now looking at North Beach, that's a little bit further, about 2.5 miles. And downtown is a little bit closer at about 1.5 miles. And now if you're thinking about hiking, well, the Ridgeline Trail is about 1 mile up Salvador. The second thing we're gonna look at is shopping and everyday living. It's interesting because when I meet with people and they're looking at homes on the hill, they always ask me, hey, where's the grocery store? Where are the shops? Where's the post office? Being on the hill is great because there's an Albertsons right at the bottom of the hill, and then there's another Albertsons just a mile past that one. There's a Ralph's that's really close. You've got 2 post office options. So the exit for the hill, there's a couple, but let's talk about the main one. That's Avenida Pico. That's a street that runs pretty much right through the center of San Clemente off of the 5 freeway. There's a post office on the ocean side of the 5 freeway on Pico, and then there's the main post office, which is on the inland side of the 5 off Pico. So you got 2 options there. So if you're looking for gyms or health clubs, plenty of options there. You've got some more inexpensive options like a Fitness 19 or an Anytime Fitness, all the way up to a Lifetime Fitness, which is a luxury gym and spa, and they've recently come to San Clemente. That's only about 1 mile to 1.5 miles away, depending on where you're living on the hill. Number 3, schools. If you're moving to town and you have kids that are gonna be in schools, this is obviously a huge consideration for you. A majority of the elementary school students that live on the hill are zoned for Clearance Lobo Elementary, and while it's not that far, you're definitely not gonna wanna walk that because of the topography of the hill and where Clearance Lobo is located. And it's also important to note there aren't a ton of bus routes, so you've got to be thinking you're going to need to provide some sort of transportation for your elementary school student there. Now, if you live more towards the top of the hill, the school district changes. An elementary student would be going to Concordia. If you're interested in that school, I did a really cool interview with the principal at the time, and I've got that linked right here. You'll see me go through the school. There's some good video footage, so be sure to check that out. Now for middle school, all middle school students on the hill are zoned for Shore Cliffs. Shore Cliffs is located on the ocean side of the 5, pretty close to the new outlets in town. If you're interested in seeing that campus, I did an interview there with the principal at the time as well. You can check out that video right here. I have it linked for you. And finally, to wrap up the public schools, there's only one high school in San Clemente. And actually, the Hill community is located just above San Clemente High School. So that's gonna be most likely more of an easier ingress egress for your high school student there while living on the hill. Now there are a handful of private schools in San Clemente as well. I recently did an interview with the staff over at San Clemente Christian, which is a cool option, so I've linked that video here if you want to check that out as well. Number 4 on the lifestyle list, healthcare. Now, although San Clemente does not have a hospital, there are a ton of different healthcare providers. Of course, you've got to check your insurance and make sure that those providers take the insurance that you have, but there are a very good amount of options downtown and on the north side of town. There's a whole healthcare business park on Camino de los Mares, which is just off of the 5 freeway. For full-blown hospital facilities, the closest is gonna be in Laguna Beach or in Mission Viejo, just off the 5 freeway at Crown Valley Parkway. And after that, there's Hogue in Newport Beach, Hogue in Irvine, and Kaiser in Irvine, which are about 22 to 27 minutes away depending on where you live. Number 5, dining and entertainment. Now you might have heard me say it before, if you're stacking San Clemente up to Newport or Irvine, it's gonna seem kind of sleepy. Restaurants don't stay open as late. You can expect anywhere between 9 and 10 o'clock close times, but we have some amazing options. I'm super impressed, and I don't often leave town to eat. I love dining downtown, north end of town. There's some stuff in Rancho San Clemente and Talega that I love as well. Plenty of good options for restaurant and entertainment. As far as bars and nightlife are concerned, we've got some great boutique bar options as well as breweries. There are plenty of breweries in town, and being up on the hill, you might walk to those. I'll tell you, it would be an easier golf cart or e-bike ride for sure if you're gonna go check out some of those spots, but plenty of options for you there as well. I also did a brewery tour where I checked out 4 or 5 local brewery and distillery options. You can check those out, I have them linked right here. And finally, if you're looking for some entertainment options that aren't outdoor activities, San Clemente has a really nice movie theater, IMAX at the outlets. There's also an indoor climbing gym. There's plenty of great things to do here in town that you definitely should check out. I hope you found this community lifestyle guide helpful and that it gave you a better insight as to what it would be like living on the hill in San Clemente. If you have additional questions or a specific question, or you're planning to gear up to come look at houses, reach out to me. Here's my number. I have it up on the screen. Shoot me a text. Let me know your plans. I'll definitely get back to you within 24 hours and we can set up a time to get together. Look forward to hearing from you. Take care.